Hey, less lethal people. So I'm kind of excited to tell you guys, I've been working on something that Michael Giorgio had sent me. He sent me a stock HDB68 detent to work on. I used to have an HDB68 a long time ago, and I wasn't too happy with it because I had some cycling issues with Grimberg jewels in there. I was using the Jewel V2s. I am tried the Jewel V3s, and I had the same cycling issue with the Jewel rounds in both with the stock detent and with the custom detent. So for me, the Jewels were not working very well. Home wreckers always work great on these. So in the past, when I had one, I used the home wrecker rounds, and now I have the little heavier home wrecker rounds in here, and they seem to cycle perfectly. So those of you that have had an HDP50 or an HDB68, you will know that these detents do fail quite quickly, especially if you're shooting modified higher jewel markers. So I went and I finally got some 3D printed detents, and I made them in a few different sizes to figure out which would be the best size for the balls. So all the balls do go through here. The issue with the Jewel V3s is they bind up in the breech for some reason, whereas if all the other round projectiles do not bind up for me. So when I modified this marker to just try it out, I didn't put it on HPA yet. I'm going to modify it maybe in the next 2 weeks for HPA. I'm just running it with a Home Defense 24 kit in here, and the valve block removed. With the home wreckers and my custom detent, I'm getting about a solid 35 joules out of the marker consistently. So I think that's really decent for just using CO2 and just using the Home Defense 24 kit. When I switch it over to HPA, I'm pretty positive it's going to go up more because I'm going to be pulling the Home Defense 24 restrictor out of here. My thoughts on this, I had it once before and wound up giving it to somebody that I was friends with who wanted one because I was not a big fan for me. Now, there's nothing wrong with the marker. It is a great marker. The reason why I had issues with it is I'm left-handed, and sometimes when I would go to use it, I'd engage the safety on it on my left side. If you're right-handed, you wouldn't have that. You'd actually wind up taking the safety off of it. That's an easy fix. I could just remove the safety from it and I won't have that issue anymore. The other issue that I was not a fan of was, yes, some projectiles like the Jewel V3s and the Jewel V2s in the past did bind up in the breech over here. Home wreckers do not. They've always worked flawless for me in all of these. I never used Canada Riot Ball, so I'm not 100% sure how they work, but I can tell you if you have one of these, the home wreckers work fine in them, and also the Salt Supply kinetic rounds work good. I just chose the home wreckers. They were a little smaller and they are a little heavier, so I've been using them. The other thing I was not a big fan of with this particular marker, the trigger is very long and spongy on it, and being long and spongy, it could sometimes feel a little weird before you get to that crisp wall when you have the brake. So those are the only drawbacks. But as far as power goes and reliability, it's always been a great marker. I have not run it on HPA, like I said. I have a plan for this for HPA and for more 3D printing of some stuff. So those of you that do have an HDB68 and you have a modified one, you don't have to worry anymore if your stock detent goes on you. We can always replace it now with the custom detents that I have. Now, I haven't had any, I've shot quite a few rounds through here. I'm gonna be shipping a few of these out to DK Spencer for him to put through the ringer also to see what he thinks of them. hopefully everything will work out as planned. But the nice thing is with the stock one, there was no replacements. Even with these, now we can always have replacement detents, and I'm thinking they're going to work the same as the HDP50. Nobody has been able to really destroy them yet, with lots of high joules and lots of rounds going through them. So guys, the good news is these are now going to be available, and probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks or so, because right now I'm just going to have DK put them through the ringer. I know if anybody could put them through the ringer, DK could do it. You know, his motto is, I break it so you don't have to. So let's let him play with some of these for a little while and see what happens with them. Anyway, I do like it. I'm going to be holding on and keeping this one because, I don't know, I think I could do a lot of stuff with it. And now that I have the detents for it, I think it'll be quite useful. I'm thinking this along with my M17. My M17 is close to 100 joules, so that's extremely powerful. I did notice when I took the longer barrel off and I put a smaller tank on there, I got it down to about 55, 60 joules, which is okay, very good also. Thing that is nice about this, I will be buying some Grimberg kinetic rounds. They're the chemical ones that are good for high joules. And if this thing is at like 35 joules with CO2, I'm sure I'll be able to shoot the kinetics because they're made for the gavel, which is around 39 joules, right? For 39, 40 joules. So anyway, guys, a little bit of an update. Hope I can help you out if you need detents, especially for the HDB. I was also asked to do the HDP50 compact. I don't have one yet. Expect in the next few months. Let me perfect this first, and once this is perfected, then I will be working on those detents for the HDP50 compact. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Stay safe.